Hey you guys, Deneen here from Sweetheart, Alabama, the little herbs shop located in downtown Greenville, Alabama, right across from the post office. I wanted to talk to you guys today about something I usually don't talk to y'all about, just because I haven't been doing energy healing sessions because of COVID, obviously. Those are about to start up again, and I want to give you an opportunity to kind of hear about them and also know that there's different kinds. And I want to explain it just from my point of view, being a Christian who lives in Alabama. Okay, so I guess the first time I had heard about energy healing was probably, hello Edward from Sweden, and Brian. If you guys have any questions about what I'm talking about, feel free to ask questions here. So in Nashville, I was going to an acupuncturist, Dr. Shang from China. She's amazing. And, you know, we talked about energy and the healing powers of, you know, getting your energy right and all of those things. And I guess I was kind of aware of all of that before, but she kind of explained it to me. And then I went to my first energy healer. Hey Daniel. And this was in person, and his name was Atana. Yes, it was a one name person. And it was an amazing experience for me. One of the things was that, you know, everybody does energy healing differently, by the way, based on your own talents and your own background and all of that. Atana used crystals, and he put crystals on my body, and it was a really relaxing, relaxing experience for me. And we had a talk afterwards. Intuitively, he felt some things that he wanted me to work on. And one of the most amazing things was, at the end, he said, listen, I just want you to know that there was a lady sitting on your stomach during the session. And he perfectly described my grandmother who had passed away. And I was like, whoa, hang on a second. Hang on, buddy. I went to Damascus Baptist Church. We're not having none of that. But it brought me such comfort. And he gave me a message from her, and I just thought it was a beautiful, beautiful thing. And so anyway, it just so happened that there was some training coming up in Usui Reiki. So energy healing, the basis of what most energy healers do is Reiki. And Reiki sounds foreign and weird because it's a Japanese word, life force. But the Usui Reiki training is not based on any religion, although most people believe that the person who invented Usui Reiki was a Christian. But it's not, it doesn't have anything to do with any religion, okay? It's just like a healing modality, like, you know, being a chiropractor doesn't have to do with any sort of religion, right? So I did my training in Usui Reiki, and from there I've kind of used my talents and my beliefs and my Christian beliefs to kind of tweak the way that I do energy healing the best. So there's two kinds that I do. One is in person and the other is not in person. And that's called distance energy healing or distance Reiki. And it's a real thing, like Daniel said. Hey Kay. And I've done a lot of that. I started doing all of this healing work in 2012. I can't believe it's been that long, but yes. And so most of what I had started out with was in person, and as I grew and became more comfortable with my talents, I started doing the distance energy healing as well. And I find so much joy in that, in the distance energy healing, and that's available now. I'm doing that now for people. And that is $45 a session. And let's just talk about the distance sessions first. So in the distance sessions, I do them best at sunrise, so when the sun's coming up. and when I'm in a deep meditation. So you guys know I meditate every morning, and when I'm doing this for another person, it's during a really, serious meditation session. So in meditation, I'll use I just got cut off. I'll use a picture of that person. I will do my Reiki or energy healing. Hey, Carissa. Hey, April. On that person. And then I'll have a bunch of notes, and I'll make an audio file and send that person the audio file of the session. And that audio file will contain what I did during the energy healing session, some things that need to be addressed physically during the energy healing session, some things that may need to be addressed emotionally or spiritually, and any kind of messages that I've received for that person. And that was a hard one for me, because learning to just open up and say what God wanted me to say to people takes a lot of faith, and it takes a lot of just trusting in that God is using you, for good and to help people. So yeah. So then I also do the in-person sessions. Now the in-person sessions are $75 a session. It's 45 minutes. And that is where you will lay on a massage table, and it's very calming. And I do not touch people during my energy healing sessions. I know some people do. I feel that I'm stronger and I'm better when I'm not touching, but when I do use my hands close to that person's body, which is why I haven't really been doing this during COVID season, because we're very close, but I'm not actually touching anyone. And that session usually ends the same way, in that after you've been on the table and you're very comfortable and the session is over, I'll have a bunch of notes I will have written, and I'll sit down with you and go over the notes for what you need for physically, emotionally, and spiritually, and any messages that I've got for you. So that's it. I've been doing it since 2012. I believe in it, and I think a lot of people have gotten benefits from it, help with their health, but also insights that they may not have had, and help with any kind of emotional or spiritual help. And that's what I do. It's been a great blessing in my life, and it's opened me up to God in ways that it never would have happened any other way for me. And I believe in it. So that's what all that energy healing is all about. Now here's the deal. I'm working on being able to offer this to more people. I haven't offered it to a lot of people. Really, when people come in here, they literally have to ask me for it. There's no signs up about it. There's my Reiki Healing Master, certificate up there. Thank you, Carissa and Mary. Thank you. I'm going to start offering this on a bigger scale. The reason for that, and you guys are the first people hearing that, the reason for that is that I have come to realize that if you're given a gift to use to help the world, that you can't just sit back and not use it, right? And so, yes, healing sessions will be available here. Yes, they'll be available in distance sessions, where we do that over the internet. But I'm also going to start offering, much like the first guy who ever did Reiki on me, Atana, does, but these are going to be available on demand to you, and those start up in about a week or so, and you'll be able to do a healing session for headaches, a healing session for sore muscles, a healing session for digestion, a healing session for sadness, for loneliness, for depression, and I'm going to offer those to you guys and so you can have them at will too. So I'm really excited about it, and I feel like this is something I need to do, and it scares me because I'm really putting myself out there. There's a lot of people who think it's kind of hokey. I understand that. I grew up at Damascus Baptist Church, okay? I understand it seems hokey because it's not something we grew up with, right? I'm telling you, just being very familiar with it and doing my research and reading. And by the way, you know, reading the Bible and believing what Jesus told us, that we could do all and more, and that we are called to heal people. I believe that in my heart. And so, I don't know why I get all weepy. And Mary, I'm going to do some white cell care building for you too. But, so yeah, that's going to happen. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start putting out how you can get your own personal distance healing session. You're going to be able to get, if you're here, you can get an in-person distance healing session too. And you're also going to be able to have access to those on-demand healing sessions as well. I'm coming out of the closet as a healer, and there you go. So if you have any questions, look, I'm not against answering your questions. If you feel this feels weird or whatever, there are plenty of people who have, I believe, who have come to my personal sessions that you don't even know they came, okay? And they probably aren't going to talk about it publicly, but there are plenty of people who, even locally, who have tried this, many. And I would just love to be able to do that for you too. So ask me any questions you want. I'm good with that. You know, I understand if you like, what is it? A lot of people are like, what is Reiki? Or Reiki. and yeah, we'll go from there. But so that's the God's honest truth, and I love y'all, and come see me or message me or look out for the new stuff coming, okay? All right, I love you. Mwah! I love you, Mary, Carissa. Thank you, guys, and I love you, Becky. I'll see you guys soon. Mwah.